Kinky Friedman on the Dr. Dimento Show, KMET. I've been a little coy about the identity of our special guest because, and this is the reason why, his new record has really startled a lot of people because it's so different and so original, especially compared to whatever this artist has done before. It's really one of the biggest quantum leaps in style that I've ever heard from anybody, and he carries it off very, very splendidly. And I want to let you be startled by this record, as I was certainly when I first heard it, and as a lot of people were. So we'll play it. And those of you who know who it is, keep quiet and let your friends figure it out, and then we'll get together with him after this plays.
Hey, cowboy! Ain't I seen you hanging around the Nashville? Didn't you used to be a packing back on the West End? Is that right? Is that right? Well, I see you've been through so many changes. Heavy changes. I can't say I'm hip to where you're coming from. I can't say I'm hip to where you're going. Well, I see something stored in the back of your mind. I give you the willies. You don't like my kind, but I can sing like a jingle. Sing as bad as Hey, that you? Is that still you? You're looking mighty new wave. I hardly recognize you with that chick about through your face. But that's alright. Yeah, that's alright. I guess you're trying to make a statement. You've been out on the street looking for somebody to gobble. Well, you can rave on. Just don't go gobbling on me. Cause I don't mind your fashion. I live with your rap. I dig all your passion. The rest is just crap. I can sing like a jingle and sting as bad as any.
And that's a record called Wasp, the title song from a new album by our special guest on this show. Everybody meet Shaun Cassidy.
Hey.
Welcome to Dementia, Shaun. Glad
to
have you here, Shaun Cassidy.
Thank you.
And Shaun has been to Lumania before, so he's really no stranger to demented things.
Been there and back.
Yeah, but now
many times.
Shaun is our special guest live on KMET, and that once again was a cut from his new album, which is called Wasp. And you have a new producer, right?
Yes, his name's Todd Rundgren, and he also has been to the land of Lumania many times.
All right.
Many times.
What was it like working with the Wizard?
Oh, it was incredible. He is certainly far more demented than many people realize, I think. He's in a world all of his own a great deal of the time, but once in a while he manages to push some of us into it with him, and he certainly did on the new record.
Certainly did a wonderful job on this new record. Even the cover's a departure.
Yes, yeah, it is.
The broken glass And, of course, the wasp.
Yeah, it's called Find the Wasp. You see, there's a picture of the little insect there, and then I'm sitting there behind it, and it's a little game that we like to play at home.
But actually, it's quite visible, and it's creeping right up, kind of making a beeline for your nostril.
A beeline in more ways than one.
Yes.
Certainly.
Yes. Was that painful? Was that risky?
No, actually, I think I can confess now. We got that wasp from UCLA. An entomologist there sent us this box full of all different sorts of wasps from all over the world. And they're like frozen or glued or something, I don't know. But we picked the one that looked like a wasp that you may be able to run out on the street, and yet something that would look ominous enough to keep hold everyone's interest when they saw it.
And you could just imagine that it's about to draw a little bit of the Cassidy blood there as you look at the picture.
At any point, at any moment, that could happen.
And it certainly matches the feeling of the album, which is certainly, shall we say, a lot more tense in a way?
Well, actually, one of the reasons, aside from the obvious white Anglo-Saxon Protestant tongue-in-cheek title, there is another reason for calling the album Wasp. We were in Woodstock, New York, making this record, where Todd lives, and he has a barn that he's converted into a recording studio. And we're out in the barn making the record, and all of a sudden we hear something that sounds like an old Japanese movie coming in. And it's all these wasps who have managed to get into the barn. There was a wasp nest nearby, so we had to stop and get rid of all the wasps because they were like attacking us as we were making the record. So it certainly gave an extra edge that we might not have been able to capture otherwise.
Uh-huh. Our special guest, Shaun Cassidy, on the Dr. Dimento Show, and we'll be certainly playing more of Shaun's new album later, but Shaun gets to choose most of the recordings on this segment of the program. Shaun Cassidy, disc jockey.
Hey, how about that?
You picked one of my favorite bands here.
I did, huh?
Yeah.
Great. B-52s. This is a song called Strobe Light.
Okay.
Where's my telephone? Is that you, baby?
Yeah.
Got something to tell you.
Oh, what?
I wanna see you tonight. I want you to walk in the door. I want you to lay on the floor. 'Cause tonight's the night we make love under a stove light. Underneath the stove light.
Wanna make love to you under the starlight. Wanna make love to you under the starlight. Starlight, whoa. Starlight, whoa. Yeah!
But the light goes to my head. Everything I see is red. Baby, when I kiss your hair, I feel electricity in the air. I'm gonna kiss your eyes. Then I'm gonna kiss your neck. Then I'm gonna kiss your tummy.
Ooh.
Then I'm gonna kiss your pineapple. Tonight's the night for love under the lights.
Strobe Light. That's from the B-52's new album called Wild Planet, and that's Shaun Cassidy's choice here on the Dr. Demento Show. Shaun's our guest DJ from now until top 10 time. Excellent choice there, Shaun.
Thank you.
Man with fine taste in new wave music, along with a lot of other kinds. Before you go out on Halloween, remember what happened to the boys and girls of Sigma Phi. They took a ride on the terror train and never came home. And now, KMET, 20th Century Fox, and Dr. Demento are going to give you a chance to ride the terror train. At least in the audience. I'm going to be hosting a special private screening of this frightening and demented new movie, Terror Train, starring the astounding musician David Copperfield, a magician, rather. I keep messing up on that, but that's the Terror Train affecting my mind, along with Jamie Curtis. The screening is this Thursday night, October 2nd. And if you'd like a chance to attend, quickly drop us a self-addressed stamped envelope. I mean, you got to do that tonight in order to get in the running for that. And you don't want to miss the Terror Train, because it's great. Send it to Terror Train, KMET, 5746 Sunset Boulevard. It's got me too, Dimensions and Dementites. Winners will be picked at random, and I'll be there to welcome you on board the Terror Train, a journey into horror. The Terror Train.
Yeah.
Oh, the board. What? Shaun Cassidy, you better take over.
Okay. Okay. Back to DJ Land, huh? We have a record here. This is something I brought in. It's kind of an interesting little number. It's an album that Charles Boyer made back in 1960-something. Charles Boyer was a rather well-renowned French suave guy. I don't really know what he did entirely, but he was... well, let's see here. It says on the record, the very name of Charles Boyer has long been synonymous with love and romance. His countless motion pictures have thrilled audiences throughout the world. He is a master of his art, whose tremendous versatility has given us gaiety and wit in many performances. Thank you. Anyways, now that we all know who Charles Boyer is, I would like you to play a song, Doctor, that I've come to understand was Elvis Presley's favorite song. Very interesting, all right?
And this was also, you were saying, one of his favorite records.
Yes. As a matter of fact, the song that we're about to play is called I Believe, which I know that Elvis recorded. And I think he recorded it as a result of listening to Mr. Boyer's version. So, although they're a bit different, I'm sure that this one is far more demented.
Something a little bit different on the Dr. Demento Show.
I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe, I believe. I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe.
I Believe with Charles Boyer, one of Shaun Cassidy's choices on the Dr. Demento Show. Very interesting, very historical record, Shaun.
Yes, I found that in the dusty columns of my record collection.
Mm-hmm.
It is a standout and a winner, I think.
You bought that when you were a kid?
No, this was a gift, actually just recently. It was given to me by a man named Barry Dvorzan, who has written a few songs here and there.
That came out on his record label, I believe.
Yes, I believe it is.
Yeah, Valiant Records.
Yes.
Now we have something even more historical, if not hysterical. Shaun, be the DJ again as we play a 78.
You're going to have to tell me which one this is, because I don't know which of the many we've
it's
up here today.
Pistol Packin'
Mama.
Right.
Well, this song is, I understand, and I read this in the Book of Lists, I think. I found out that this song was the first record to reach number one by an artist, and there have been many more since this person, but this is the first record to reach number one by an artist and sell 1 million records without the artist ever following it up with a record that was a hit at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he had country hits after that, but this was certainly the only pop hit he ever had.
Well, since then, there have been many people who have had number one records, and you've never heard of them again, the one-hit artist, as they say. And this is, apparently, this gentleman's the first of the one-hit artists.
Al Dexter and his Troopers.
Drinking beer in a cabaret, and was I having fun? Until one night she caught me right, and now I'm on the run. Lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down. She kicked out my windshield, she hit me over the head. She cussed and cried and said I'd lied and wished that I was dead. Lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down. Drinking beer in a cabaret and dancing with a blonde. Until one night she shot out the lights, bang, that blonde was gone. Lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down. I'll see you every night, babe, I'll woo you every day. I'll be your regular daddy if you put that gun away. Lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down. Drinking beer in a cabaret, and was I having fun? Until one night she caught me right, and now I'm on the run. Lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down. Now there was old Al Dexter, he always had his fun. But with some lead she shot him dead, his honking days are done. Lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down.
The original Pistol Packin' Mama, and that's by Al Dexter and his Troopers on the Dr. Demento KMET. Choice 78 there, and Shaun Cassidy's choice here on the Dr. Demento Show. Shaun is our co-host from now till top 10 time. And we now have a record which I found in the Salvation Army store, little teeny thrift store, the only thrift store on the whole island of Santa Catalina. But since I found this copy of this record there, I have to play it for you, and it's your choice too, Shaun. I think you have a different reason, though, right?
Yes, there's a gentleman out there who who I had a chance to work with on a television show I did a couple years ago called The Hardy Boys. His name's Glenn Larson, and he's produced a number of television series like Galactica, $6 Million Man, millions of television shows that you can imagine. Well, not millions exactly, but countless, shall we say, or many that you would remember. Anyway, long before his production career began, he was in a group called the Four Preps.
Big group.
Big group. And
This was #1 record here.
Yes, it was. There were, I think, 3 big hit records, and this was, I think, the first and the biggest of them. And he wrote this with a man named Bruce Bellin, and it's called 26 Miles.
As KMET Dements Avalon.
26 miles across the sea, Santa Catalina is awaiting for me. Santa Catalina, the island of romance, 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 romance. Water all around it, everywhere. Tropical trees and the salty air. But for me, the thing that's awaiting there, romance. It seems so distant, 26 miles away, resting in the water serene. I'd work for anyone, even the Navy, who would float me to my island dream. 26 miles so near yet far, I'd swim with just some water wings and my guitar. I could leave the wings, but I'll leave the guitar. For romance, 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 romance. 26 miles across the sea, Santa Catalina is awaiting for me. Santa Catalina, the island of romance. A tropical heaven out in the ocean, covered with trees and girls. If I have to swim, I'll do it forever, till I'm gazing on those island worlds. 40 kilometers in a leaky old boat, any old thing that'll stay afloat. When we arrive, we'll all promote romance, 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 romance. 26 miles across the sea, Santa Catalina is awaiting for me. Santa Catalina, the island of romance, 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 across the sea. Santa Catalina is waiting for me.
Santa Catalina waiting for me.
Who'd have
Song
thought?
that made Avalon famous once again after Al Jolson had done it back in 1920. You've been to Avalon, eh?
Yes, I have, a couple of times.
Does it hold happy memories?
A few, yes. Nothing I can share with anyone on the air, of course. But
Okay, Shaun Cassidy, our guest here on the Dr. Demento Show. And we'll hear something from Shaun's new producer, who has a wonderful new album out.
yes, he's been working on it a little bit on his own lately.
Yeah,
He
right
has
after these words.
Okay.
Well, the proverbial radio business
Yes.
talk here. All right.
Elton John returns to Los Angeles. Elton John, 2 exciting nights, November 6th and 7th at the Fabulous Forum. Tickets for Elton John go on sale tomorrow at the Forum box office and all the usual locations. The legendary Elton John, spanning a decade of musical excellence. With an all-new show, 2 exciting nights, November 6th and 7th at the Fabulous Forum. Elton John in concert. Tickets for Elton John go on sale tomorrow at the Forum box office and all the usual locations. Only the best from Avalon Attractions.
Windsor Fashions makes you glad you're a gal.
Why you telling me that? I'm not a gal.
Well, you'll be glad when you see the gals coming out of Windsor Fashions.
Windsor Fashions? Everyone knows the most beautiful gals come out of Windsor Fashions.
With their super selection of Chemin de Fer jeans, you'd better believe it.
Chemin de Fer? They've got that fantastic fit, and their styles are always new and different.
Right, styles in denim, assorted fabrics, and colorful corduroys. And you've got to see Chemin de Fer's new line of gals Cartier, mustache, loop pocket, duplets, and basic pleated trousers.
Wow! And you know gals with class go back to school in Chemin de Fer jeans from Windsor Fashions.
I see you've been studying. Windsor Fashions makes you glad you're a gal.
Why you telling me that? I'm not a gal.
Well, you'll be glad when you see the gals coming out of Windsor Fashions.
Windsor Fashions? Everyone knows the most beautiful gals come out of Windsor Fashions. Wait a minute. Didn't we just have this conversation?
Windsor Fashions has 14 convenient Southern California locations. For a limited time, you'll get a free tote bag valued at $10 with your Chemin de Fer purchase at Windsor Fashions.
Well, you finally met that talent scout, but then your breath just knocked him out.
Brush your breath, brush your breath, brush your breath with Dentine.
Oh, you just bumped into Mr. Right. What a shame your breath is such a fright.
Brush your breath, brush your breath, brush your breath with Dentine.
While you're chewing Dentine, it freshens your breath as effectively as even mouthwash.
When you're on that stage, they never boo, but your breath sure gets a bad review.
Brush your breath, brush your breath, brush your breath with Dentine.
Here I am in colorful Culver City, famous for movie studios, taco stands, and triangular hotels. Culver City is the home of my new post office box. Order one of my fantastic Dr. Dimento t-shirts for just $5.95 plus $1 postage and handling, and send your order to my new post office box. Post Office Box 884, Culver City, California, 90230. You'll love your Dr. Dimento t-shirt. And now a word to the wise from Shaun Cassidy and his Lumanian friends.
Yes, a word to the wise from Shaun Cassidy and his Lumanian friends.
1 and a 2. The
Anaheim
Free
Clinic
offers
Personal
Counseling
legal
Advice
and
medical
and
Family
planning
Services.
They
are
Located
on
the
corner
of
Sycamore
Avenue
and
Anaheim
Boulevard
in
Anaheim.
and
if
You
would
like
to
give
them
a
call
KMET
has
their
number
it's
714-956-1900.
Radio, you see, we say 00 instead of 100, you
Trying to
see.
conserve time here.
Get it together, will you?
Quicker than 00.
You're not getting enough cheese, are you, Mr. Cassidy?
Well, it's hills and valleys. I gotta tell you.
yeah!
Okay. Yeah!
Okay, back to the music here. Shaun, we have a song here by Mr. Rundgren, and he's made about as much of a quantum leap in this one as you have.
Yes, he's certainly never one to stick to his old styles. I mean, he's constantly changing and pushing himself to do different things, and certainly interesting things. This record sounds somewhat familiar with an old group that had a few hits in the early '60s. A few of your listeners may be able to guess who that Todd is comparing himself.
In fact, I put this record on, and it hadn't gone 10 seconds before Damascus came running in, saying, "Who the heck is that?"
Well, I think he won't be alone. This is a song called "I Just Want to Touch You."
There's a flame in the back of my mind, and it's burning for you all the time, 'cause I just want to touch you. Do you want to touch me too? Now I know that you heard this before, but with me it could mean something more, and I just want to touch you. Do you want to touch
I Just Want to Touch You, and that is Utopia, Todd Rundgren's group. I mean, he makes Todd Rundgren records and Utopia records.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he's in the midst of making a new Todd Rundgren solo effort, but that is the new Utopia album.
He kind of alternates them.
Yes, it's called Deface the Music.
Shaun Cassidy, our guest, whose newest album, Wasp, was produced by the wizard, Mr. Todd Rundgren. Are you still writing songs?
Yeah, I took some time off in that area because I fell in love, and love doesn't do wonders for your songwriting. I've certainly found that.
It does if you're dumped.
Well, I guess so. If you're miserable, it certainly helps. I mean, whenever I've had any great despair or been going through any kind of strong depression, I found it a release to go to the piano, but I have not been feeling those feelings, luckily, lately. So I haven't been writing, but I've certainly been very happy.
Well, that's good. That's essentially what counts.
Yes.
But I do hope you resolve that soon.
Well, I think I can find a happy medium there somewhere.
Yeah, Irving Berlin used to talk a lot about how autobiographical some of his songs were. I mean, he lost his love and he wrote All Alone, and he found a love and he wrote I'll Be Loving You Always.
Right. Yeah, I can kind of put a different twist in there. The happy songs are harder, though, because they end up falling into these real, happy cliches, and it doesn't work too well.
I see. Okay, and we have a happy song here.
Yeah, this is a happy one, but this is a little different one. This is this is an old number from an album I found called Top Teen Dances of 1962. I wasn't doing a lot of dancing in 62, but apparently someone was buying records for me because I found this in my collection. This is a song called Raka Kanga.
Love that conga, Raka Conga, on the Dr. Dimento Show. Something a little bit different. That's Shaun Cassidy's choice. Happy music.
Yes, isn't it, though?
You've certainly made a lot of happy music on your records through the years.
I'm a happy guy.
Not that many years, okay. What was your response? I'm sure you've been asked this question before when critics would hurl brickbats at some of the records that you made before.
Well,
the Hey Deanies and so on.
Any brickbats that were hailed at me or hurled at me were not necessarily directly at me, but for what I represented, and that was always unfortunate because usually that was something against teenagers and teenage rock music and all that sort of thing. And I always kind of just wrote that off because teenagers are what started rock and roll music in the first place. I mean, none of us would be sitting here listening to Raka Conga had teenagers not pushed that onto the airwaves.
For that matter, none of us would be sitting around listening to My Generation.
That's true.
Or the works of Led Zeppelin or the Beatles or anybody else if it weren't for teenagers.
Yes.
Right. I mean, rock has tended to be very adult lately, but it all started with teenagers, and that's where it gets to.
Well, I'm afraid if too many adults get involved with it, we're going to miss the boat in a lot of ways. I mean, I hope there's enough teenage influence that maintains through the future.
Indeed, I second that 100%. Shaun had an interesting experience this evening. I mean, here is a man who is somewhat used to the sound of people beating on the doors and windows of his limousine as he made his escape from concerts. And tonight, as he came to the KMET studio, there somehow was a foul-up in communications, and Shaun got locked out. And there was...
Well, I was afraid it was something I'd said. I mean, I didn't realize that you had to have a pass key and get the security guard up here.
And there was this man who has sold more records than I have in my whole collection.
Really?
Beating on the door. Yes.
How many records do you have now, Doctor?
It's 135,000, something like that.
Really?
Oh, you
Really?
sold more than that of your last album.
Well, yeah, somewhere around there, I think.
Not to mention the two double platinum albums that there were.
Yeah, there have been a couple of those.
And I accounted for 1/2 of those sales myself.
Oh, thank
obviously.
you. Thank
Okay,
you.
but now...
I counted for a few millionths of those sales.
Now, Shaun, we have a surprise for you. A very timely number here we're going to play for you.
Put another candle on my birthday cake. We're gonna bake a birthday cake. Put another candle on my birthday cake. I'm another year old today. I'm gonna have a party with my birthday cake. Come on and take some birthday cake. Put another candle on my birthday cake. I'm another year old today. We'll have some pie and sandwiches and chocolate ice cream too. We'll sing and play the day away. And one more thing I'm gonna do. I'll blow out the candles on my birthday cake. And when I do, a wish I'll make. Put another candle on my birthday cake. I'm another year old today.
Happy birthday, Shaun Cassidy.
Thank
Glad you came to celebrate it here. How many birthdays is this?
Actually, it was yesterday. And
Oh,
it's,
okay. Well, happy birthday plus one.
22nd.
22nd.
Yes.
Made a lot of records for... You made records before the #1 single that kind of catapulted you to fame. Didn't you make some records in Europe that were big hits over there?
Actually, I recorded them here, but my first records to be released anywhere in the world were released in Europe. I think that was based on someone's idea of perhaps by generating some sort of success over there that might be used to parlay success here at some point. But the Hardy Boys kind of threw all that plan out the window because the Hardy Boys' success, I suppose, influenced the success of the records and vice versa.
And speaking of television, are you still working in television?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I haven't been working it lately as a result of the actors' strike, but I'm doing a new television series based on the film Breaking Away, which will be on Saturday nights at 8 o'clock on ABC at some point. Whenever we get some shows in the can and get the show on, I don't know. I suppose maybe January sometime.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely a part of the new season.
What part do you play in that?
I play Dave Stoller, who is the young bicycling Italian fantasy aficionado.
Okay. Where is that going to be taping?
We're shooting the entire show in Athens, Georgia, which is actually the home of the B-52s.
Yes.
And the University of Georgia.
Uh-huh.
But we're moving there because the show is going to be shot entirely on location. I think it's the only series of its kind that is not doing any work in a studio at all.
Uh-huh. So you're going to take up residence there?
For the time being, yeah.
Oh. So, okay.
Yeah,
okay. So enjoy Shaun while he's here.
Yes.
But you can get Demented, of course, in Georgia, too.
I think you can probably get Demented anywhere.
Yes. Okay, and speaking of dementia, Damascus here is going to introduce the next song.
Yeah, you were talking before about how critics tend to lambaste Shaun because, well, for one reason they found his version of Do Ron Ron inferior to the original or something like that. Well, what I have found here is something that might destroy all those theories completely forever. This is something from my collection. This is an early demo of Mick Jagger, yes, the Mick Jagger, singing that song with the Andrew Loog Oldham Orchestra, which has to be unquestionably one of the worst records of all times, but we're going to play it just now for you anyway.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of that one, Shaun? The rest of you Dimensions and Dementites here? Does that
Luckily,
get
they
the
had
gong?
a few other records after that. It
Yeah,
could've been their last one.
okay.
I got to tell you, Doctor, of all the versions of Dadu Run Run that have been made, I think the one that is about to follow is my favorite. A couple of very good friends of mine, alias Barnes and Barnes, I know them personally.
Hi, Art. Okay, we're going to play this for your birthday, Shaun. I'd like to say Unjaba Zuba, which is a traditional Lumanian birthday greeting. And you see this song, Dadu Run Run, it's a Lumanian song. And when it's translated in English, the words Dadu Run Run, they mean the cheese is squealing. So if you'll all keep that in mind, we'll all be happy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Somebody told me that her name was Jill. Da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Yeah! My heart stood still. Yeah! Her name was Jill. And when I walked her home, da-do run, 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 da-do run, run.
I picked her up at 7. She looked so fine. Da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Yo. Someday soon, gonna make her mine. Da-do run, 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 da-do run, run.
Yeah! She looks so fine! Yeah! Gonna make her mine! And when I walked her home, da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Yo, da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Da-do run, yeah! I met her on a Monday and my heart stood still. Da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Somebody told me that her name was Jill. Da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Yeah! My heart stood still. Yeah! Her name was Jill. Yeah! When I walked her home, da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Da-do run, 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 da-do run. Everybody! Da-do run, 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 da-do run, run. Come on, Zane! Da-do run, 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 da-do run. Come on, John!
Yeah, this is why they get the big money, folks. Where are you, Phil?
Yeah!
Yeah! Thank you, Shaun, for joining us on that.
All right, on the Dr. Dimento Show, KMET, Los Angeles, our special guest, Shaun Cassidy.
They say you're a rebel. You'll never be any good. They call me a rebel too. I never do what I should. That's because we don't do what everybody else does. That ain't no reason why we... That ain't no reason why we can't share love!
Rebel, Rebel, and that's from the new album called Wasps by Shaun Cassidy, making a great leap with his music. I really enjoy that new album. It's been great having you here, Shaun.
Thank you.
In the land of dementia. Don't forget, everybody, watch Shaun in Breaking Away with the second season on...
First season on ABC.
First season on ABC, first.
I don't think I'll ever be the same.
He's now demented.
Yes,
so when you see that show, you will see what the visit to dementia coupled with visits to Lumania have done to this man here.
Yes.
Shaun Cassidy, and stay demented.
I certainly will.
Great having you here, and everybody pick up on Shaun's new record because it's great.